Hello, everyone, and welcome to the behind the scenes, backstage, all access blue carpet experience at the National Youth of the Year celebration, coming to you live from Washington, D.C. I'm London Reeves, and I'm your host this evening. For those of you who know me, you know me. For those of you who do not know me, you don't know me yet. So we're going to get a little familiar with me. I am a proud club kid of Boys and Girls Club since 1996. Hailing from the Boys and Girls Clubs of St. Lucie County, Florida, or as I like to call it, the juicy St. Lucie. At the club, when I was a kid, I used to really enjoy shooting pool with my friends, building model cars with my mentor, participating in programs such as Keystone, and of course, Youth of the Year. Now I have the opportunity to live out my dreams and work with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I'm currently serving in the role as ambassador for the Alumni and Friends program, and right now it is truly a tremendous honor to be standing right here on the blue carpet and sharing in all of tonight's excitement with all of you at home. And trust me when I tell you, you are in for an amazing night. And you know what, as my boy Bruno Mars says, if you don't believe me, just keep watching. All right. So what exactly is tonight? Tonight is the 2018 National Youth of the Year celebration. And Youth of the Year is pretty much the culmination of, a year-long premier teen leadership program that's taking place at all of the clubs around the world, including the military installations. And we've been celebrating and honoring club teenagers, for well over 70 years now at this point. And tonight we have 6 of this year's finalists here joining us. It's so excited. They all are vying for the title and to be named the coveted title of the 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year. And you know what? Even though you may be watching from your screens, whether your small screens or your iPhones and Androids or your iPads and your iMacs and your PCs, we're going to announce that winner live right here. So make sure you are staying tuned in all night tonight. And coming up right now, we have our very first guest. And it just makes so much sense being as we're at the National Youth of the Year celebration for 2018. We're going to welcome in our friend, our 2017 National Youth of the Year, Mr. Carlos.
What's up, London?
Carlos,
how you doing?
Welcome to the show.
Hello. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
So I have my phone in my hand too because
Okay.
I'm watching Facebook, to make sure everybody's commenting. So make sure y'all show Carlos some love, give him some hearts, write some comments in for him. And if you have some questions, I'll try to watch the stream as well. All right.
Okay.
So Carlos, 2017 has been an entire year. Tonight is the home stretch for you, the last big event. Tell our viewers who are watching on Facebook and YouTube right now, what your experience has been like.
It's been unfathomable. I never could have imagined this year as it played out. I got to take out the game ball at the World Series, attend the NBA All-Star Game, meet people like Jackie Robinson's wife and kids. I got to just do so many incredible things that I could never have imagined without the Boys and Girls Club. Mm-hmm. I have grown so much. If I were to talk to the young man that I was a year ago, I'd be like, who is this? So it's been a year full of growth, and my Youth of the Year class, so Sharnay, Keontae, Cassidy, Fern, Kayla, without them, I would not have been able to be here today or have made through the past year. So getting to meet these incredible fellow Youth of the Years was I'm incredibly grateful.
Do you hear how he talks about I'm going to say his brothers and sisters from his class of Youth of the Years. I'm sure they're at home watching. I want to give y'all a shout out too.
Shout out to all of you. I wish you were here with me.
So tell us about, I see you're rocking your Dartmouth College, your lapel pin there. Yeah. So let's talk about what your experience has been like in college thus far.
College is great. I wish I was there a little more, traveling a lot for Youth of the Year. But college is great. Right now, I'm just starting my 3rd week at Dartmouth of my sophomore year, and it's hard. It's definitely not easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. I've never learned so much, and I'm getting to meet incredible people too. So shout out to all my friends back at Dartmouth as well: Mo, Amara, Jovene, Jolene, Moyo. I got all of y'all. Danny, I love all of you too.
And if he left you out, make sure you share this post right now to let him know you are watching. So tell us about, do you have any words of advice for tonight's finalists as a whole?
Yeah, just have fun, enjoy every moment. It goes by so much faster than you think. This past year, it flew before my eyes. But seriously, something that I've been saying is to just experience everything, to allow yourself to take every moment in, be there for each other. No one will understand what it means to be a Youth of the Year except your fellow YOIs. It's something that's kind of unique to us. And I'm incredibly excited to welcome one of you into our National Youth of the Year family. We're all waiting, and we're all so eager. So be ready to be getting like 50 texts from all of us, all across the country and the world, because we national YOIs and the regional YOIs, all of us go on to do incredible things. But just enjoy every moment, connect with people on a deep level, not just networking, build relationships, and have fun. Enjoy
Absolutely.
it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So, I want to go back to the school question too. What can you say was probably the most challenging time that you've experienced, whether in high school or in college, as far as schooling goes, and maybe how your Boys and Girls Club supported that?
Yeah, so one of the things that was really hard was learning how to balance being a student at school while also traveling and doing so much. So I really had to rely on my support network back at home. So people like Miss Paula, Mr. Greg, talking to them, figuring out better time management, getting a Google Calendar, so things like that. So they helped me really develop how to better manage my time.
Okay.
So that was definitely helpful.
Nice. And so the last question I want to ask you also will be, tonight's theme is Be the Change, Own the Future. So as the 2017-2018 National Youth of the Year, how do you embody Be the Change, Own the Future?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that have changed with the Youth of the Year program. We further incorporated our military youth with our traditional youth, and that's something that my class really spearheaded and we took on, and we really wanted to do different ways that I embody that well. I think if I look back at the past year, I think I've done a fairly decent job being our national spokesperson for our young people, and so I think just speaking out for our young people, the issues that we face, meeting with congressional leaders. And as far as own the future, I'm definitely thinking big, looking at law school, looking at my next steps, and definitely thinking about where I want to go.
Now, I'll be remiss if I did not add that, Carlos is so humble. But his goals, he's not talking about extremely what his goals really are. What's the ultimate goal for you, if you don't mind sharing, if it hasn't changed?
Yeah. No, it hasn't changed, and I don't think it will. I want to pull a Ruth Bader Ginsburg and sit on the Supreme Court bench up until pretty much the day I stop kicking. So that's my goal. I want to sit on the Supreme Court. If I can meet Ruth Bader Ginsburg or Sonia Sotomayor, I might pass out from the excitement, but then I'll come back and I'll just be in tears and incredibly happy.
Absolutely. It's a real moment. Definitely a real moment. All right. Well, Carlos, thank you so much for joining us on our Facebook Live and our YouTube. For those who are watching via YouTube, we will see you later on this evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, now. All right, so coming up next, we have one of the most familiar faces within the Boys and Girls Club community. I'm going to go ahead and call him on in, Mr. President and CEO of Boys and Girls Club of America, Mr. Jim Clark. Jim,
London, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
Welcome to the Facebook Live and YouTube Live show.
Good to see everybody here. Great to be here.
We are back for another incredible National Youth of the Year celebration.
Incredible is right.
How does it feel?
This is such a magnificent evening, incredible evening for a lot of reasons. Obviously, we are celebrating 6 absolutely phenomenal young people that have risen to be our finalists in the Youth of the Year competition for the national title, and one of them will be picked to be our 2018 National Boys and Girls Clubs of America Youth of the Year, which is pretty spectacular. But I'll tell you, all 6 of them are tremendous onto their own. They have overcome seemingly insurmountable odds in their life to come to this point, and all of it's because of the great experience they had at a Boys and Girls Club, the tremendous mentors in their lives at the Boys and Girls Club, these caring professional adults that do so much for each and every one of our 4.3 million kids that come through the doors of Boys and Girls Club every year.
Yes, indeed. So with tonight's theme being, tonight's theme being Be the Change and Own the Future, and you having heard all of their inspiring stories, like what inspires you the most about knowing that these young leaders are going to be taking over the future?
First of all, kids, or teens in this case tonight, are just a mere reflection of what the future is going to look like. And I'll tell you, after you listen to these 6 young people, and frankly, all of the 4.3 million youth that come through the Boys and Girls Club, I am so optimistic about what the future of this country is going to look like.
Absolutely.
Far greater and far better than it is today. So I have a lot of optimism when it comes to what's in front of us, and absolutely love Be the Change,
Be the
Own
Change.
the Future, because that's what it is all about. So you're going to see some fabulous young people tonight, and they are just the examples, the shining examples of what Boys and Girls Clubs is all about, and the outcomes that kids derive by being a member of a Boys and Girls Club.
Absolutely. Now, one other thing I want to point out too, Jim, this is the 71st annual National Youth of the Year celebration. Why do you think
I have not been at all of them either, by the way.
Of course not. Of course not. So what do you think why do you think the Youth of the Year program has been so successful throughout the decades?
You know, there's a couple reasons that it has been so impactful and successful, because it's more than just this celebration. Of course, we love tonight. This is our Super Bowl of Boys and
Yes.
Girls Clubs. This is the Academy Awards. In fact, we'll have some Academy Award winners here tonight. But it's far beyond just tonight. This is about leadership, building character, building good citizens of this nation for the future. And that's really what the Youth of the Year program is all about. And thanks to our presenting sponsor, Disney, and signature sponsor, Toyota, they provide this incredible experience throughout the year that not just for these six, but all of our Youth of the Year, that inspires them to be great leaders, great citizens with great character in our nation. So this is far more than just tonight. This is what the Youth of the Year program does for thousands and thousands and thousands
Yes.
of teens across this country,
Absolutely.
preparing them to be great leaders and great citizens. So again, the credit goes to Disney, our presenting sponsor, and of course our signature sponsor, Toyota, for what they do to help fuel the ability to make these great leaders out of these teens.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, thank you so very much for joining us for the Facebook and YouTube live
Absolutely.
show. Greatly appreciate it. We're going to move right along. We know you're a busy man.
Okay,
We'll let
great
you
to be
enjoy the
here.
rest
Thanks,
of the
London.
evening. All right,
Okay.
thank you, Jim.
Thank you. You bet.
All right, guys, so we just heard from the man with the plan, the fearless leader of Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Mr. Jim Clark, the president and CEO. So what we want to make sure that you are doing still, make sure that you are sharing out this live stream. Share it out right now. Use the hashtag NYOY18. Again, that's NYOY18 all night, and make sure you're engaged in the conversation. You know, I want you all to be my virtual co-host. Use the comment section, write in some questions that you'd like me to ask for the other celebrities and special guests that we have coming. Because you know what, let me let you all know about that, as a matter of fact. What all is just about to happen tonight that you all are going to be privy to. So tonight, there's the behind the scenes VIP experience of the blue carpet. That's happening right now. Right now, that's what's going on. I'm looking down the blue carpet right now and seeing who's starting to come. We have a lot of different celebrities and special guests coming, making their way this way. So let's take a look at the blue carpet. Sorry. We're going to be talking to the 6 finalists that are making their way down the blue carpet right now, coming from every different region, as well as our National Military Youth of the Year. We have celebrities and special guests such as the man, the icon, the legend, my fellow club alum, Mr. Denzel Washington, the beautiful and amazingly talented, the beautiful Miss Kelly Rowland, and I know I said beautiful twice because it's true, twice, 2 times. As well as we just finished speaking to Carlos, who was our 2017 National Youth of the Year, and even Mr. Jim Clark, who's our current CEO and president. And we will also be talking to some of our partners this evening, as well as, if you did not know, again, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you know somebody who is not on Facebook, send them the YouTube link to Boys and Girls Club of America YouTube's channel so that they can watch. All right. Now let's take a look at the red carpet as everyone begins to arrive.
So you're gonna come down to the starting for Facebook Live first. He's gonna come back, yeah. We just so a little bit done with the back.
right, so for everyone who's just now joining, we are live on the blue carpet at the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. And right now, we have 3 of the 6 VIPs who are coming up next to join us for this experience. I'm gonna go ahead and call them in. I'm gonna bring in Ryan, Jeremiah, and Cynthia to join us on the Facebook Live show. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
I'm gonna shake
Welcome.
your hands.
Thank
How
you.
you,
Hello,
how you
hello,
doing?
hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Ryan. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, your hometown club, and which region you're representing?
I'm Ryan Walker, and I'm representing Singapore, but more importantly, I'm representing all military youth as I am the National Military Youth of the Year.
Already has the title of National Military Youth of the Year and vying for that National Youth of the Year
I
title
am
as well.
tonight.
Pleasure to meet you, Ryan.
I'm Jeremiah Lyons, and I'm from the 6th Street Boys and Girls Club back in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and I'm the Northeast Regional Youth of the Year.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, Jeremiah.
Hi, I'm Cynthia from the Pierce McCormick Boys and Girls Club and Ford Boys and Girls Clubs of Chicago. I'm the Midwest.
Chi-town.
Yeah, and I'm the Midwest Region Youth of the Year.
All right, thank y'all so very much for joining us. So let's find out, like, what's been most exciting about your journey so far?
I think what's been most exciting is working with people like them, working with my counterparts, because we all have such unique ideas and unique focuses, but when we start to bring them together, we're really making a positive change that impacts
Absolutely.
all 4.3 million young people.
All 4.3 million young people. That is definitely for sure. Jeremiah, what about you?
For me, I think Ryan said it perfectly, is just being with the other YOYs, just because they're so inspirational, and it really makes you want to go out and make a change, and it makes you want to really own the future.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
Be the change, own the future.
Yes, yes.
I think meeting all the YYs from city all the way to national level and hearing their messages and their stories. And I think really this whole year we're going to work together to try to work with those stories and just see where we can take them.
Nice. All right, so you all have been spending the last week or so together here in DC. I'm gonna go straight to you first, Jeremiah. What has been like the most, where was the most fun at that you had?
I'd say the most fun is just the dinners we all had together every night, really joking around. You know, I think we really just became
Seems
close.
like some inside jokes going on there. I'm seeing y'all all kind of started laughing.
A few. But I'm really looking forward to growing that relationship over the next year, too.
Nice, cool. What about you, Cynthia?
I think definitely seeing the monuments. It's my first time in DC.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like such a tourist just looking around, and I feel like I'm just like in a place of history. So it's really cool to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ryan, what about you?
I think for me the cool part has gotten to be meeting everyone and trying all these new experiences, because I feel like everyone has such cool jobs, and I feel like I can't limit myself going to college now. There's so many things I want to try out.
Nice. So you brought up meeting people. Who are you most excited to meet here tonight? Have you all seen the guest list? I mean,
Yeah.
you all are at the top of the guest list, of course. But who are you all most excited to meet individually? One person, if you had to name one person.
I'm not gonna lie, Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland. Okay. Me too.
Well, for me, hopefully I get to meet Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard?
Yeah,
Okay.
as an athlete, he's someone who really got me into basketball. So, D12, if you see me, say hi.
Well, I'm sure we can make that happen for you, Jeremiah.
right.
I mean, after all, you are a Youth of the Year.
Yes.
I would say Denzel Washington. I'm so excited to meet him. So yeah.
I'm excited. All of the names you all just said, I'm also excited to meet at some point. So hopefully I can get in with you guys and rub shoulders and I can meet them as well. All
I'm
right.
gonna call you over.
Right. So something else I want to touch base with you on, Ryan. So with you being the National Military Youth of the Year, and you're basically a military club kid, and you lived all over the world at this point, what has been your favorite country to live in or be in?
Oh, I don't know about my favorite country to visit, but my favorite country to live in, it's hard. It's torn between Germany and Singapore. Germany was so cool to explore Europe and learn about the things hands-on that I learned about in textbooks, but nowhere compares to Singapore. That's who I'm repping tonight, and that's my community, that's my family. I got to choose them no matter what.
Okay, nice. Now, where will you be going to school at as far as college goes? Are you going to college?
The plan is to go to college. The dream is to go to NYU for photography, so we'll see.
Okay, all right, be on the lookout for Ryan. All right, Jeremiah, you are a junior staff at your club?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been a junior staff?
I've been a junior staff since I was about 13 years old.
Okay.
So it's kind of something that's really close to me and really personal, because I just love being able to have that same effect that mentors had on me to kids at my club.
Now, for the viewers who are watching from their screens at home, share with them what exactly a junior staff role or responsibility is.
Well, junior staff is selected from a youth kid or a YOY or anybody really at the Boys and Girls Club who wants to step up and really have a position in their club. For me, it started coming right out of my club, which is 6 to 12. I was asked to come back the next day and be a junior staff. So it's just leading programs, being assigned a mentee to mentor, just a whole bunch of stuff that's really exciting.
So he's definitely been showing leadership since the age of 13, without a doubt. That's sure.
Yes.
All right, and Cynthia, tell us about your club inspired you to get involved with athletics, I believe it was?
Yeah, so I am a cheerleader, and I also was on the track and field team, and I think that love really developed in the gym and doing different sports there like volleyball, badminton, baseball. Yeah, so they really inspired a love for me for sports.
So I have no idea, I can't even picture what badminton is at this point. I've heard the word before, but I've never played the sport. But how about you also share with us what your dream career is?
My dream career would be in medicine, so I'm planning to take a 6-year med course for college, and that's the dream right now.
Okay, nice. What about you, Jeremiah?
My dream is also in medicine, specifically psychiatry for me, just because it's somewhere I see where I will really be able to help people.
Nice. Okay. And Ryan, what about you? What were you telling me?
Photojournalism, yeah, working for Nat Geo or Time, something like that, taking pictures and meeting new people.
Absolutely, that's nice. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you all for tonight's event?
25.
25 across the board?
Well, if they're 25, I'll say 26 then.
Gotta one up. Always have to do the one up. All right, and then my last question would be, what is a fun fact about each of you? And then I'll let you all go.
Fun fact, I have moved 8 times and attended 7 different schools.
Woo, okay, definitely fun fact.
Fun fact for me is that I am one of 5 club kids in my family.
Wow, generational almost, okay.
Yes.
Fun fact for me would be that the first time I went horseback riding, I went on a blind horse. Blind in one eye, I should say, actually.
Did you
So
know it was blind in one eye
they told
before
me
you
in
got on the
advance,
horse?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they told me in advance, so yeah.
All right, well, Ryan, Jeremiah, and Cynthia, thank you all so much for joining us Facebook Live. We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
And best of luck.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be seeing you all.
Thank you.
Take care. All righty.
Thank you.
All right, so continuing the live stream coverage, we are again here talking to our 6 finalists. That was 3 out of the 6 that we got a chance to speak to. We have other celebrities coming up and definitely some special guests who are making their way towards the blue carpet as we speak right now. So make sure you're staying with us. Make sure that you're sharing this out. And I'm the type of person where I love the love, so make sure you're tapping that heart button, giving me those thumbs up, but I really like the heart, so give me those hearts. Coming up next, we have Tamir Harper, who is the founder of Urban Ed. We're gonna get a chance to talk to him. Tamir, thank you so much.
How are you? Thank you.
I'm doing well. I feel a little underdressed, Tamir.
I'm
That's
feeling
how
a
I
little
feel. You look great. You look
Thank you,
great.
thank you.
So share with our viewers who are watching, who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Indeed, so I am born in the city of Brotherly Love and Sisterly Affection, also known as Philadelphia. And I am a freshman at the American University here in DC.
Oh, nice.
Studying secondary education and strategic comms, so that I can go back home and go be a K-12 educator in the school district of Philadelphia.
That's wonderful.
Yes, indeed. And at home, I am the co-founder and executive director of a youth-led, youth-run nonprofit called Urban Incorporated, which advocates for quality and efficient urban education, starting in Philadelphia with the objective of expanding to urban communities.
Now, when did you found that organization?
So we founded the organization officially in my sophomore year.
Wow.
And
Your
then
sophomore year of high school.
My sophomore year of high school. And then we slowly begin building it my junior year to what it is now.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, how many kids or teens are you serving? Is it that type of program?
So we say we serve every student in the school district of Philadelphia.
Wow.
And we say that because we're advocating, regardless if they're in charter, if they're in private, if they're in public school, for their rights and for their needs inside the school system.
What inspired you as a sophomore in high school to take action like that?
Indeed. So I went to one of the worst middle schools in the school district of Philadelphia at one point, and I was not okay with that education. And then going to high school, I went to one of the best high schools in the city of Philadelphia. So seeing those inequities made me want to do something about it. And I have 2 great nephews, Jalen and Harlem, who are in 1st grade. And I was refusing to allow them to go through the same system I had to go through. So I was going to be part of the change of the system, as President Obama said.
Absolutely. Tamir is definitely embodying the theme for tonight of be the change, own the future. I am myself just floored at this. You embody it, the being the change and owning the future. So talk to me a little bit more also about, education has always kind of been your go-to, what you wanted to be involved with as far as your future?
Indeed. So I'm a secondary education major. Haven't decided what I'll do after the classroom, if I'm going to do ed policy or if I'll work my way up through the administration. But education is definitely something that I'll continue to be involved in.
Okay,
regardless.
nice. Now, also share with our viewers who are watching, you have a very large or a fairly large following on social media here. We would love to know how you're springing your followers into action.
So I'm always I am posting positive content that makes people want to do something about their situation. So just the other day I did a video about Engage 10,000, which is my nonprofit, is trying to engage 10,000 youth. And hopefully that inspires some young people to say, one, I'm going to be one of those 10,000,
Right.
but two, I can go launch a nonprofit or launch an initiative and say we're going to launch a campaign at any age.
Right.
So hoping to motivate, hoping to inspire, but most importantly, hoping to share my story because I'm just like every youth.
Okay, absolutely. Now, where can people follow you if they want to find you on social media?
Indeed, so I am on Twitter and Facebook at Tamir D. Harper, Tamir, D as in dog, Harper, Harper. But you can also follow my nonprofit at Herb Ed Advocates, all through social media as well.
All right, cool beans. Well, make sure you guys go check out Herb Ed. Tamir, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
Please enjoy the event.
Thank you.
All right, so coming up next down the blue carpet, we have our remaining 3 finalists, our Youth of the Year, National Youth of the Year finalists making their way towards us right now. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them on in. Welcome to the show, everybody. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Hi.
Good to see you, Hannah.
Good to see you.
This is Malachi, and it was Janaya, right?
Yeah,
All
Janaya.
right, well, I'll let you all introduce yourselves. Tell the viewers at home your name, your hometown club, and which region you represent.
Okay, so my name is Janai McCullough. I represent the Capital West Boys and Girls Club in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I represent the Pacific region.
All right.
My name is Hannah Maurice. I'm from the Gatlinburg Boys and Girls Club in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I'm the Southeast Region Youth of the Year.
Love it.
Then my name is Malachi Haynes from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver, and I'm the Southwest Youth of the Year.
Nice. Thank y'all so much for joining the show. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you all feel right now about tonight?
This is a 10. This is exciting. This is like celebration for all of us, and it feels good.
Nice.
Absolutely 10. I love to seeing how everybody's just here for all of us, really.
Right.
I have to say an 11. This is an amazing night. Get to spend it with great people. It's going to be a fun night. I'm
Right.
excited.
Now, I'm going to go to you, Hannah, first. So what has been your favorite part of their week that you've just spent in D.C.?
I think I have 2. First of all, getting to know all of them. Every single one of them. They're amazing, and I love them so much. Then also going to the museum. That was an amazing experience, and I really liked that.
Love it. Nice.
I'd say enjoying the monuments and going to the Holocaust Museum with all of my friends here that I made this week. It's been really powerful and amazing.
Nice. What about you?
I'm gonna have to say the same thing. You know, it's meeting these kids, but then for me personally, it was Thursday night when I flew in. It's nighttime, and I was going to the monuments all illuminated, and I stood on that square where Martin Luther King stood and gave in the Lincoln Memorial where he gave the I Have a Dream speech, and that was empowering to me. That
It was a
great.
moment for you.
Yeah, that was definitely history, and I was like stepping into it, and I felt cool.
Right, okay. Now, you all talked about the monuments and sightseeing around D.C., right? Tell me, have you all seen the guest list for tonight? You all are the VIPs, of course, at the very top of the list. But who all else are you all excited to see?
You already know my Denzel, man.
Denzel?
Denzel.
Okay.
It has to be Denzel for me as
Denzel.
well.
They're all starting to blush.
I'm not too sure he's going to be here, but I did hear Denzel. My heart kind of skipped a couple beats, so I have to go Denzel as well.
Denzel, well, I think you all are definitely in for a real treat. I think Denzel just maybe be here. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's talk about what your journey has been like also for Youth of the Year thus far. I'll start with you, Malachi.
So I started in November to be a year ago, and I actually wasn't going to do Youth of the Year. So I lost last year at my club level, and I was really unmotivated. And shout out to Selwyn Wolford and David Porteous. They kind of motivated me and gave me a real big pep talk, a couple hours, a couple tears shed. They got me to do Youth of the Year.
Now listen to that. He wasn't going to do it, but he said, let me go ahead and give it another try because his mentors encouraged him. And look now where he's at. He's at the National Youth of the Year celebration. Nice.
So my Youth of the Year started 2 years ago, and I was at competition at state, and I lost. And so I was really defeated, but then my board member has really picked me up and just said, hey, you got this. And so here I am, and I literally cannot believe that I'm standing here today. So it's all because of them.
You're creating experience, mentors,
Yes.
board members, staff,
Absolutely.
making sure that we're staying with these teams and encouraging them to always try again.
My Youth of the Year started by accident, my experience, because if it wasn't for Marin being like, I need a Youth of the Year, my advisor, director of my club, if she wasn't like, I need a Youth of the Year, I wouldn't have done it. And like, at first I wasn't taking it serious. I was like, this is a little program, and I'm gonna give it this much, and I'm not gonna make it that far. But I made it this far, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure after competing locally, competing at state, competing regionally, and now being here in this grand National Museum building. Like, you're definitely glad that you did it, right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now, I have some individual questions for you all, too. So, Janai, I saw a quote that you put, and I believe it was, if nothing else, be true to self.
Yeah.
What does that quote mean to you?
For me, that just means always be your realest self and carry yourself in the realest way possible. You know, that means like you want to be the realest projection of yourself, whether you're talking to President of the United States or you're talking to like your best friend. You know, you want to carry yourself in the realest way, and that's authenticity. You know, that's my thing.
How has your club and strengthened that power of authenticity? I like that word.
It kind of empowered me to be authentic. It empowered me to want to be so authentic and be myself and like not be anyone else, because Janai is great. Janai is me, and that's great. That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. All right, and Hannah, now you developed a program for kids with disabilities, correct?
Yes.
Can you share with the viewers who are watching more about that program, like the name of it and what exactly
Yes.
it is?
So One Special Night is what the name is, and it's a prom for special needs students all across the county to have a normal prom experience. Sometimes they can't have a normal kind of prom experience because they're maybe judged, because they can't act like a certain person. So
Right.
at my prom, they get to act exactly like themselves, and they just have the best times, and it's so rewarding.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, what inspires you to take that action to create that?
So I have a special needs sister. Her name is Grace. Hello.
Hey, Grace.
But she is in 11 now, and I wanted her to have this kind of really a place where she could be herself, and so I really started this.
That's so sweet of you. It really, truly is. Great
So
job.
much.
Now, Malachi, you also developed a Play 60 program?
I coordinated it.
You coordinated. So share with our viewers what that's all about.
So Play 60 is all about getting kids active for 60 minutes a day. So we do various activities like basketball, dodgeball, baseball. Just to get them active, we work with local sports teams like the Denver Broncos. Shout out to the Broncos. They brought us out to their practice facility, and we had Play 60 there one day, so it was great.
Nice, real nice. Well, y'all, I have to thank y'all so much for joining the Facebook and YouTube live show. Wish you all the best of luck. It's going to be a pleasure getting to know you all over the next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys, so we are back. So just in case you're just not joining us, we are at the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration right here in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my phone, and if you have not been commenting, make sure that you go ahead and do so right now. I wanna see the comments, I wanna see the hearts, I wanna see the likes, all right? And the shares, because that's equally as important to me, in my opinion. All right, so let's see what we have here. Who can we give some shout outs to? I see, it's a lot of comments. Congratulations to everyone from Keith Sykes. What's going on? Darlene Dixon, Angela Garinge, I hope I'm saying it right. John C. Sams the fourth. What's going on in the Midwest does it best? Hashtag cheese grits. All right, cheese grits. But we also gonna hashtag NYOY18 all night long while we're doing the coverage here. Again, hashtag NYOY18. And as a reminder, for the first time ever, we're streaming live on both Facebook and YouTube. So if you have a friend, if you have a family member, if you have a fellow club alum who you know doesn't have a Facebook, but you have their contact, make sure you send them to the YouTube channel so they can watch via YouTube as well. We have a lot more people coming down the blue carpet right now. We're so excited to get a chance to talk with them. Again, continue doing some roll call. Let's shout out your clubs. Let me see what clubs everyone is from. I see the Southeast Run-Up, Cordarius, Dorsey, how are you? Adam Clow, Lake Station Boys and Girls Club have 8 teams watching. What's going on, teams in Lake Clow? I believe I said it right. All right, so we're gonna keep going, keep commenting, and let us know what questions you want us to ask the different celebrities who come down the blue carpet, excuse me. And as a reminder, what exactly is the Youth of the Year program? Again, it's our 71st annual celebration of teams around the world, including on military installations for Boys and Girls Club. It is a year-long program regarding the premier team leaderships taking place in the club, and they all compete locally in their county organizations, in their state organizations, or in the state, in their region, and now we've got down to 6, from 4.3 million youth to 6 finalists who will represent those 4 million throughout the course of this year. So make sure you're sending them some love. Again, jump into the comments. Let us know what you're thinking, what questions you want us to ask. I see Ann McKenzie Beckelman. She's in the building from Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Kingsport, Tennessee. I see Let's Go Cynthia from Naduka, Gioma. I hope I'm saying it right. Kay Van is saying, let's go Hannah Mountain Tough. All right, keep showing love to these Youth of the Years, and make sure you keep on watching as we are here all night for another hour. We have we have somebody major that is coming down to the blue carpet right now. I am so excited. I'm gonna try to contain my giddiness. It may not be Wednesday because it's Tuesday, but this is one of my 2018 Women Crush Wednesdays, and she's coming up right now. And yeah. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Carter.
Pleasure to meet you.
All right, so for those who do not know, because see, I know,
Okay.
I know your work. I've been following you. You were the costume designer for one of the greatest films released in 2018. You know, like I said,
Which one was
of my,
that?
you know, if you don't know,
Do you do like this?
you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Can you share with the audience who you are and your portfolio of work?
Well, my name's Ruth Carter, and I was the costume designer for the Black Panther film, and I've done 30 years worth of film work. Malcolm X, I received an Oscar nomination for. Amistad with Steven Spielberg, I received my second nomination for. So I've been doing Selma.
My apologies.
Yes, okay. You know, it's a lot of them. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Do the right thing.
Right.
You know, Babs. You know, I've done a lot.
One of my favorites.
Yes.
Booyah.
Booyah. Booyah. Yeah.
Well, so Mrs. Carter, do you mind if I call you Ruth?
Sure, please.
All right, so we are we have something in common. Me and you are both alumni of Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
Except you have already been inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame, which is goals for me. But
Yes.
she made it happen already.
I made it happen.
Did you start sewing and doing design at Boys and Girls Club?
I did. You know what? I still remember my sewing class at Boys and Girls Club. I remember I didn't pin the pattern piece to the fabric, and I was trying to cut it without it moving around, and it was like squabbling around. I remember that. And then the instructor or the Boys and Girls Club leader came over and said, okay, we're going to start this again. You got to pin it down first and then cut it.
Oh, wow. And then the rest
And
is
now,
history.
the rest is history.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
What advice do you have for any of the current club members or even their parents who may be watching via Facebook and YouTube on how they should cultivate their kids' talents?
Well, you never underestimate what your kids can do. I think that children are not necessarily children, they're gifted minds. If we think of them as gifted minds, not necessarily adults, they do need guidance, but they're gifted minds. They're like sponges.
Absolutely.
So, you know, my mom didn't necessarily say, you're going to be a costume designer. I figured that out for myself, but she actually nurtured my interest, and she didn't stand in the way, you know, and I think that that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, is this your first National Youth of the Year experience?
It is. I'm a little intimidated.
Really? Well, let's describe for the viewers what the energy is like in the room.
It is so beautiful.
Isn't it?
These huge gold pillars and this beautiful color, this big stage. I am so impressed with the Boys and Girls Club again. I was here in Chicago, you know, when I was inducted. That was fun. I had a great speech. You can Google it.
To it. That's all I know.
But, you know, it keeps going, and that is so important, the consistency. You know, the Boys and Girls Club was there for me, and now it's there for me to reach out to other young youth.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, for the fellow alum who are watching, what advice do you have for them for staying connected? Like, why should they stay connected or reconnect back to the Boys and Girls Club?
Oh, you always got to give back. You can't forget where you came. You know, you meet the same people going down that you met going up.
Absolutely.
So I think it's important that we give back to our communities. Our communities need us. Our communities are fragile. Things are always, you know, diverting, you know, kids' attention, and they're getting into all kinds of things. We've got to support Boys and Girls Clubs.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Spoken like a true alum who've experienced the Boys and Girls Club and knows what's what. Now, last question, I promise. Do you have any advice for the Youth of the Year finalists?
Well, you know, I just was talking to each one of them that come from all different parts of the country, and they wrote letters and they got recommendations. They went through a lot of steps to compete against thousands of other Boys and Girls Club members. I think they need to give me some advice because they are on top of it.
I love it.
But I would love to see them pursue their dreams, but not be so wound up about it. You know, a dream is something that you nurture and you protect, and you have fun exploring.
Right.
And I think that's important. I don't want all of these adults to make them feel like they should be adults just yet. I look at them and I see them as youth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They really truly are. Ruth, thank you so very
You're
much.
welcome.
My day is like keeps getting better and better.
Yes.
All right, so we'll wave to the Facebook and YouTube live stream. Thank you so much. All right, so you just seen her, Ruth E. Carter, like huge portfolio of costume designs. Black Panther, again, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and check it out because the costumes were amazing. And continue to make sure that you are plugging in hashtag NYOY18. Again, that's hashtag NYOY18. Let's keep this conversation going. Continue to share out the live stream. Make sure that you're liking and that you're commenting. And come on, tell me where you're watching from. If your teens are watching, teens, go ahead and let us know that you're watching and write into the comment section. And also remember, make sure you type in the questions that you want me to ask on the blue carpet because I'm still here. I have the feed pulled up. For the first time again, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, what's going on, Brenda Lee Moreno? What's going on, Raul Rodriguez? I see a lot of love for Cynthia and Hannah. Malachi, if your people are watching, make sure y'all start showing some love to Janaya. Michelle Slade. I see a Highland. What's going on, Lori? How you doing? Diamond Watkins want to hold it down for the Southeast. Karen Roberts, Maggie Spike, proud of Janaya, Karen Roberts. I see former National Youth of the Year, Mona Dixon watching. What's going on, Mona? Shout outs to you. All right, let's take a moment to look at the blue carpet to see who else is coming down because everyone is still beginning to arrive and it's a lot of people. The excitement is continuing to build. So let's take a look at the blue carpet.
He said you can't go. I don't think you can. I'll tell you what route, man.
Really? I told him what you did to Odell. I told him
I'll give you some cleats and everything, and I'll still have my suit on.
What's up? I don't need cleats.
You need cleats.
Nah, know what you out there?
What?
I'll tell you what route. I'll let you know.
All right.
I told him what you did to Odell.
Bold. He's joking. Bold. Listen, man, I call it how I see it.
You call it how you see it. Let me ask you this one question. If I give you a 10-yard head start, I wait out 5 seconds. What do you think you beat me in a foot race?
How far you going? 50 yards? Cut it down like 35. Maybe 35. If I have to win in my direction, 37.
37?
Yeah.
But what about the knees? Your knees hurt, right?
Listen, give me a nice warm up. I'm on that NFL turn, you know, I might get a little spring in my step.
Maybe a little spring.
All right, and we are back with the gorgeous and beautiful Stephanie McMahon.
Thank you.
I'm sure my brother-in-law right now is so jealous because not only now have I met Stephanie McMahon, I met Triple H a few years ago and he even gave my brother-in-law a shout out. Would you do the same? His name is Terrell.
Hello,
Terrell Pack.
I am so sorry that we're missing you here tonight.
It's all for you, Terrell.
It's all for you, Terrell. This is all about you.
Now, Stephanie's being at is this your first National Youth of the Year competition?
It is not, actually. I was here last year.
Oh, lovely. So
Yes.
what do you feel about the energy in the room right now?
Well, the energy is palpable. You know, when you really hear these finalists start telling their stories, that's when you really feel the energy shift in the room because it's truly remarkable what these young men and women have been able to overcome, you know, and ultimately have such...
Gotcha.
So the energy,
So the
which
energy,
we were talking
yes.
about. So the energy in the room truly shifts, you know, once you hear the finalists start telling their stories.
Right, absolutely.
You know, when you hear what they've overcome, you know, some of the biggest challenges of their lives, which are quite significant compared to a lot of us.
This is very true.
And then still having the opportunity to see the need to give back and to make an impact in their community. I mean, it's just, it's inspiring.
Absolutely. Now, I mentioned before that your husband, Triple H, has been inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame, but as well as your father,
my father,
Vince
yes.
McMahon as well. So your family's truly like invested with Boys and Girls Club. Like, so what does it mean to you as far as like their experiences and your experiences even now with Boys and Girls Club?
Well, I think, you know, from a leadership perspective, I know that both my husband and my father really credit Boys and Girls Club with the tools that they learned. You know, to never give up, to stay persistent, to, you know, build those up around you and to believe in themselves. So I think that those skills are then passed on and carried on, and certainly they have become huge successes in and of their own right. So it's working.
Now, as a successful businesswoman, as the WWE's chief brand officer, what advice do you have for these young leaders as far as them moving into their future and their goals and careers and dreams?
I think the best advice is to never give up. You know, to truly turn your dreams into reality by making attainable goals, you know, taking steps to get there, really setting your goals and then figuring out how you're going to get there so that you don't become overwhelmed, you know, by the possibility. You make it actually tangible, you make it actionable. Right. You know, and to always believe in yourself.
Yes, that belief part is so important.
It is.
What do you
always believe in yourself.
Always.
Never doubt.
Always, every time. And stay motivated too.
Yeah, and play to your strengths. You know, what is your strength? Your strength is what makes you your superstar, your own superhero.
Absolutely.
Right? It's what you have that nobody else has.
That nobody else has.
Right?
It's your
and
gift.
own it.
That's very
That's your
true.
gift. That's right.
And going right along with the theme, be the change, own the future.
Be the change and own the future. That's right.
All right, thank you so very much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
All right, enjoy the
So
evening.
do I need to do another shout out to
well,
Terrell?
if you don't
Because now that the
mind,
microphone's on, so
Terrell
Terrell,
Peck.
I'm so sorry. It's all about you this night. It's all about you.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye. All right. All right, guys, so there you have it. Stephanie McMahon just joined us. Again, this is a star-studded event, and it's so exciting. We have more people coming down the blue carpet. We are not even near being done yet, but all the energy is starting to pick up. It's sure to be an incredible night, so make sure you stay along with us, tune in, comment using hashtag NYOY18 across all of your platforms. You know, we're on Facebook and YouTube streaming live right now, so again, if your grandparents don't have a Facebook, send them the YouTube link. Let them know they can watch there too, all right? I'm gonna pull up the comments real quick and see what we have. Who's chiming in? All right, let's see. Joanna Figueroa, Chanel Garner. What's going on? Ricky Tedesco, we see you. What's going on? Sharice Brown, rooting for you. Jeremiah Lyons, she put the whole name. Jeremiah Lyons, they're rooting for you. All right, so we have some more celebrity guests making their way down the blue carpet, but we are still here. Some things we still have in store for you all tonight. We have, again, amazing speakers and dynamic performances that we're going to have you guys tuning in for, as well as we're going to be talking to some of our partners and supporters of Boys and Girls Club as well. You'll get the opportunity to do that, but let's take a look at the blue carpet as everyone begins to, again, make their way down.
Great things. This is the most amazing foundation you could ever have in your life. Okay, I always encourage kids to always join your local work. Support businesses, support the local work. It really is a foundation for your community. They don't might not see it all the time, but
a lot of things just to not get done. Thank you. Do you have any idea what happened to my purse?
Great things that can come into just hey, that's a great idea. Go for it. Or you get one person to say go for it. You know, as long as you don't let the naysayers interfere with your dreams.
What do you think about these 6 incredible finals?
It's not my first rodeo, so I'm always as far as growth, amazing work that they have done all year round to get to this amazing moment, amazing people here. It's the wings tonight. You know what I mean? You are able to fly. It's wing night tonight. Not just a gala, wing night. Wing night, baby.
Thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it. We're going to bring you over. are black with the VIP backstage experience live from the blue carpet via Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching, make sure you're commenting below. So make sure you continue using the hashtag NYY18. We're keeping this show rolling. We have multiple celebrities and surprise guests making their way down. And right now, looks like we're about to be joined by a fellow club alum and Alumni Hall of Fame inductee who is also serving as the MC. He is Mr. Clean himself. I am again feeling very underdressed right now. Like nobody gave me the memo. I didn't get the memo.
Run a lap around you. Run a lap around you.
He definitely is. He's laughing me.
What's going on, everybody? You know what's going on? How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Oh, that's good.
I clean up well, man. And I clean up fast.
Okay.
I just got in town like 2 hours ago.
I am beyond impressed.
I was in Prague.
I am super
I got
impressed.
in, a 9.5-hour flight. I landed. I asked the pilot, is it okay if I change my outfit in the bathroom? Let everybody off the plane. I went in the bathroom, changed my outfit, you know what I mean? Got all sharp, came straight from the airport straight to here. Oh!
He's the man with the plan. You know, JB, you and I have something in common. Yeah. Clearly it's not our style because you are way better dressed than me. Far better
this whole thing. This whole thing.
But we both are club alum, except you've already been inducted into the Alumni Hall of Fame, which is goals, hashtag goals for me. But tell us about like what your club experience was. How has the club impacted your life?
Oh, definitely. This is I always tell everyone, man, the Boys and Girls Club is a foundation. And you can build any house you want on that foundation. You like a modern home, like a Mediterranean home, you like a colonial home. You know, I use those as metaphors to let you know that no matter what your background is, no matter what your upbringing is, you need a foundation. You have to have a great foundation in order to build a great house. You gotta have the right tools, the right people, the right foreman. That foreman, as a metaphor, would be your club director. Some people who support you. The nails are the community. The people who live in your community, who support the Boys and Girls Club. Because you can't build a house without nails.
Are you gonna be a nail?
You gotta have great nails.
You
gotta have all those great nails to build that house. Or that house will fall down. So you gotta have great nails. And I consider all the people in your community, those are the nails that hold that house together. And the Boys and Girls Club is an amazing foundation. It's a great place to start. Don't rush yourselves. You can be anything you want in this world. And the Boys and Girls Club is a great, great, great place to build your home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think one thing I know for sure, this is the 71st annual National Youth of the Year celebration, and this man right here is going to be a phenomenal MC. We already can see that right now on the live stream, right?
Oh, yes.
All right. Well,
great night coming up tonight. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned, y'all. It's going to be great fun tonight, great celebrations, and some amazing honors tonight.
All right.
I'm happy you guys are checking out Facebook Live. Yeah, Boys
Stay
and Girls
tuned,
Club.
guys. Thank you so much,
Anytime.
All right, enjoy the evening.
Yes.
All right, so we are back. That was just JB Smooth. He is tonight's MC for the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. We have another celebrity coming down the blue carpet. We're so excited to talk with him. I actually met him a few months ago at the Southeast Region Youth of the Year competition, and now we are in DC at the National Youth of the Year competition. We're going to remind you to continue using hashtag NYY18 again. Hashtag NYY18 across all of your social media platforms. And make sure you continue streaming via Facebook and YouTube and commenting in the comment section for us. All right, so without further ado, our next celebrity guest that we have at the Youth of the Year celebration is Mr. Josh Norman, which again, I have to talk to somebody in the building because I need a wardrobe budget if I'm gonna do this again. It's a pleasure to see you again.
See you too, man.
I mean, can we just take a moment? Goals. Hashtag goals right here. How you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. Now, Josh, is this your first National Youth of the Year celebration? I know you went to the Southeast competition.
Yes, I did.
Is this the first national?
This is the first national.
How would you describe the energy in the room right now?
Oh man, it's big time. It really is. Yeah, man. These guys are, man. You can start feeling their pulses is like, shoo, shoo, shoo. But they're so calm though. They're so calm and relaxed. So they already know their game plan. They already know what they're gonna say. They already have it jogged down in their mind, and they're just gonna go out here and spit. And I want to hear that long-winded, like they get it. And they know what they're talking about, and they sit up there and they have those big pauses, and they get back into at the right moments, right?
At the right moment. You can almost hear the tears start to fall from the audience members, right?
You're so good.
Now, Josh, with you being a pro football player, we have to ask, if you could go pro in any other sport, what would it be?
pro in any other sport, what would it be? That's a great question.
It's
a sport.
He outdressed me, but I think I might have stumped him with the question.
Soccer. Nah.
Never mind. He came up with it.
Nah, man, if I played football, yeah, I probably would be. Just because, the skill play on that is so different, and it's really a big time.
Nice.
It's a big time player.
Okay, now also at Boys and Girls Club, we're all about promoting healthy lifestyles and being active. What do you have to say to our parents and even our members who are watching as to why they need to stay active, physically active?
Oh, because it helps out so much so in everything you do. I mean, not just your physical body, but your mentals as well. Because if you're doing something over and over and over again, you get bored, right? So when you start going out there and being physically active and play, and then you get your body mobility work, I mean, you feel better.
Absolutely.
Not only does you look better, you feel better.
You definitely will look better.
Well, you definitely will look better. That's for sure. Because if you sit on your butt, you won't be.
Not at all. Not at all.
But no, it's a good feeling to be around it, and it's just a great experience to have.
Okay, nice. Well, it sounds like we're about to get this event started.
It is. I see the lights coming down.
The lowering the lights. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you later on.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, enjoy the event. All right, guys, so we are about to start getting ready to wrap up this star-studded blue carpet behind-the-scenes experience at the National Youth of the Year. It's the 71st annual. Continue to still use the hashtag NYY18 all night long. Stay with us. Again, phenomenal performances, dynamic speakers, just amazing. You'll get a chance to know the teams or the Youth of the Year finalists. So keep watching, stay tuned via Facebook and YouTube. You will not be disappointed. All right? Stay tuned, guys.
Being Youth of the Year means being a voice.
Being a mentor makes me feel happy that I'm actually having an impact on younger kids' lives.
Being Youth of the Year means being a voice.
Being a mentor makes me feel happy that I'm actually having an impact on younger kids' lives.
You don't really know the impact you have until you see the kids come to you and say they're inspired by you.
Teens can own the future by accepting everyone's differences.
I'm going to be the change by being honest and being true.
We can be the change. We can own the future.
Be the change. Own the future.
I'm Cynthia, and I'm the 2018 Midwest Youth of the Year. I remember clinging to my mom and my sister when I first arrived. I was very, very nervous. They all assured me that it would be really fun, you make a lot of friends, but I didn't really know. Really walking in and just seeing the place and seeing the atmosphere, everyone being so close together, and the game room just beyond the windows, and the library, and just going to the gym for the first time in the swimming pool. I think the excitement really built up for me because, like, oh wow, this is going to be such a fun place to be in all summer. The club is important because it really helped me find who I was, and it really helped me explore what I wanted to be and who I wanted to become without being judged or while fearing that people would look at me sideways. It made me feel safe, and I never really felt I had that feeling besides being here.
I first met Cynthia about 8 years ago here at the Boys and Girls Club. She came off really quiet, sensitive, but soon after she really engaged herself with the club activities, with club programs, and she really became a part of the club.
My first leadership role was definitely the junior staff, and just expanding from that, going to gardening and pottery and cooking and fashion, because I went through those programs as well. So it's really nice to just help them create their dress in fashion or help them plant and pick up vegetables in the garden. Those moments really help you connect with the members on a personal level. I've seen Salam around the club, and I've really seen how she's flourished, not only with my anti-bullying program, but also in the club, and seeing how she's a big sister to people and how she's really helpful. I really am proud of her, and to see how she's really overcome the struggle she's had personally with bullying as well.
Having a mentor like Cynthia helps, because if she was also having a hard time and stuff with those things, she would understand how we felt, and it would just be more easier to have somebody that felt the same way as you did.
Bullying was one of the hardest things I had to go through, and to go through it at such a young age, I really know how it affected me and my self-esteem, and I know how it affects kids really around the world. And so with my program, I really try to give back and to demonstrate to kids what the bully says to you is really more of a reflection of themselves than it is of you, and to really regain your voice and regain your confidence from them, because you have the power to do so, and no one's going to do that besides you.
More than letting folks know what the clubs do in Chicago for young people, I think what is most exciting is that Cynthia does give other young people hope. I'm very excited that Cynthia has gotten to where she is, because other people will see her as a role model, and maybe other young people will say, you know what, the club might be the place for me as well.
I encourage teens to take ownership of their future. I want teens to know that they are the future, and they need to be the change now. That later is not a good time, now is the best time.
My name's Hannah, and I'm the Southeast Region Youth of the Year. I would describe myself as optimistic and perseverant. You know, I've been through so much tragedy in my life, and just trying to find the greater things that can happen from those tragedies. Thanks to my club, I've known that I can take these bad things that have happened and just use them for good.
When we first met Hannah, we opened a club in a Methodist church in downtown Gatlinburg, and we hired Hannah's mom to be an art teacher. It's great to see Hannah and her mother being able to be together to enjoy that 12-year club experience that they got to enjoy together. Well, that's just an incredible opportunity that very few people have.
We moved here from Louisiana about a year after Hurricane Katrina. The event of the wildfires that took our home was traumatic. We had no idea that the majority of Gatlinburg would burn. This community, the club supporters just really rallied around us.
Seeing my childhood home in ruins was a life changer, really. When I share my story, it's really just a way that me and my mom can somehow find closure. because all the bad things that have happened in our lives, and we're just trying to find the good things that happen. And every time that I say my speech or say what happened to me, it's kind of healing me, and I think it's healing her as well.
My relationship with Hannah is unique in the sense that Hannah had to grow up pretty quickly when we found out her sister would have special needs and challenges all her life.
One Special Night is a program for special needs students across the county to have a normal prom experience. You know, some people are judged because of the way they act and behave. And at my prom, there's no judgment. Everyone understands what kind of differences are in people. And ever since I took it on, it's been a real blessing in my life just to see that I can affect so many people. My vision for America's youth would just to be that everyone would accept everyone. Everyone tries to be normal, but there's not really a definition of normal. No one person is really normal. Everything that makes you unique is just what makes you you. And it's just really trying to accept those differences and just having people learn how to accept them. This Youth of the Year experience has been honestly absolutely amazing. Never in my 18 years did I think that I'd be sitting here sharing my story, and it's just really amazing to me that I could have an effect on so many people. After I shared my speech at one of the Boys and Girls Club dinners, some girls came up to me and they were like, "Hannah, we just want to be exactly like you." And that really just touched my heart because I'm influencing this next generation, and it's just amazing that I've gotten the opportunity to have this.
I'm Janiyah, and I'm the 2018 Pacific Youth of the Year. When I was growing up, I didn't have a family, so I was always trying to find family, and I was always moving from place to place, but the club was the one constant, and it was the place that I had role models and consistent people that stayed in my life. My first day at the club, I came with my cousin, and it was so weird to me because it was kids from school, but you could be yourself. It was more just a place where a kid can be a kid. When I was in the 6th grade, I got introduced to Langston Hughes, and my favorite poem by him has a line that says, "Life for me ain't been no crystal stair." And I really relate to that because I feel like I came from something hard. It hasn't been pretty, it hasn't been nice, it's been torn up with tacks and splinters. And the club has been the railing on the stairs that's helping me climb them. You know, even though it's hard, I get through it because I have a strong support base. The club changed me drastically. It made me driven. It made me want to be more than what I came from.
So with Janiyah, with Passport to Manhood, he's my assistant. Sometimes he leads the classes. He'll give the kids example and scenarios of what to do and what not to do. Seeing from like what I had him when he was in 7th grade to now, it's a big difference. And basically, it kind of makes you feel proud that I don't have to teach a class. He can teach it, and the kids can relate to him more than they relate to me.
I was able to be Bruce's assistant for Passport to Manhood, and that was really cool to me because I got to be a role model to younger people, and that was really cool because that's what I got at the club and from Bruce, and so it's kind of like passing it on. My favorite thing to do at the club is to help with the little kids. It's like serving kids cafe or being in the office or reading to them or something like that. It's just really important to me that you instill greatness in them from an early age, I guess.
Being Youth of the Year means Janiyah has the opportunity to really be an ambassador for the Boys and Girls Club all across the community. He's had opportunities to speak to community leaders, business people, our donors, our stakeholders, and really bring home what the work of the Boys and Girls Club can do on a very personal level for kids. It's the opportunity for his story to be out there and for people to understand really what the true impact of the Boys and Girls Club could be on thousands of kids in our community.
It's really important to me to be driven because you have to have a drive to accomplish anything in your life. Being the voice of 4 million youth has inspired me to stand for something greater than myself and to be the change that I see and to really be positive in the community and not just mine, but the world community. I'm going to be the change by being honest and being true to myself and showing kids that you just be yourself and you can do anything because there's nothing wrong with you. It's always the situation that you come from and you can be anything.
I'm Jeremiah, and I'm the 2018 Northeast Youth of the Year. I remember my first day at the club. I was 5 years old, and my mom was bringing me in, holding my hand. But when she left, I was that kid in the corner crying, feeling alone. And then it brightened up because a staff member named Brandon came to me, and he really became my first club friend. My club's important to me because it's always been somewhere where I could go and just be myself, and it's somewhere where I could go and feel safe and feel loved. As a junior staff at my club, I had the opportunity to engage with a lot of the youth here at my club, but there was one in particular that I really connected with. He was a kid who had autism, and I can still remember the way every time I came in the club, he'd run up to me and give me this hug and just give me this look. And I realized how much of an impact that I had on these kids, just as a junior staff, that I had of all the youth at the club, but especially that one. That's something that I can still remember, and I think I'll take the rest of my life with me. It's important for me to be a mentor because when I was young, there were mentors here for me. Staff like John and Johanna are so important to the club because they really want to be here. And without them, the club wouldn't be able to run. And they're just two people with big hearts and who show it every day here at the club.
Jeremiah's character is something that you really get a sense of immediately the first time you meet him. He's very smart, he's very outgoing, and he knows how to kind of step up when there's room for a leader to kind of take that place.
As a junior staff member here at the club, Jeremiah is involved with all the 5 core areas here. He does literacy for our youth. He is outstanding when it comes to sports. He loves basketball and football. In the game room, he's very competitive by nature, and he helps out with arts and crafts, helping them with their homework. He's just very well-rounded, and he's a good fit here at the club.
Reading about the Keystone program through the Boys and Girls Club newsletters really inspired me to start it because we have great teens here at the club who are hardworking and dedicated, and having a Keystone Club to bring them all together in the community is something that I feel would be amazing, not only for my club, but for the whole city. Being Youth of the Year means being a voice for a group of youth that have kind of been talked over in all the noise that's out there today. But being able to represent them as Youth of the Year would put me at the forefront and kind of being a leader to collect the voices and really speak on what the youth need in today's society. The club is where I became myself. It's where I got to know who I really was and what I really wanted to do. And without the club, I think I'd still be someone who wasn't sure of myself. But with the club, I became myself and my whole self.
My name is Malachi. I'm the 2018 Southwest Youth of the Year. My first day at the Boys and Girls Club, I was playing a dodgeball game. It was staff versus club members. I was actually the last person in, and then I hit one of the staff members to win the game, and I was the smallest one on the court. And after that day, I just felt like this is where I want to be, like this is where I belong at the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club is important to me. It gives me a place to be myself. It gives me a place to learn life skills that I'll need to further my education and further my success in life.
Well, Malachi's character has come a long way. He was a shy person at first, and he came and he did all the activities at the club. But one day, he went from doing the activities at the club to leading the club. So I saw a transformation in him. I saw him go from somebody who was a follower who now became a leader.
Being able to make it this far in my journey in Youth of the Year and having my mom observe it just means the world to me. Knowing how much she sacrificed for me and then being able to repay that bit by bit with my journey and my success makes me feel a sense of accomplishment and achievement in my life. Just know that my mom is here to witness what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
One of the best parts about working for Boys and Girls Clubs for 10 years is you get to see these kids grow up. In the case of Malachi, it's been so fun to watch him, who was once just a young boy, and now Malachi is leading programs, particularly our reading program for younger club members. And now the next generation of little kids are looking up at Malachi saying, I want to be like him someday.
Malachi's special as an educational specialist. He's the type of teen that you look for. When I first met him, he was, extremely shy. He would just come sit next to me, and just with me interacting with him, he's come out of his shell. He's now become an excellent leader within the community and within the club.
Having Selwyn as a mentor to me has meant the world to me. He's always pushed me to my limits. He's encouraged me to give 100% in everything I do. He's encouraged me to take risks. He's motivated me. He's seen something in me that other people haven't seen before. And it feels nice to have somebody who's always pushing in your corner. Because of Selwyn and other staff members at my club, I'm here today as the Southwest Regional Youth of the Year. I picked up valuable skills like essay writing and speech prep. I'm interviewing because of those members who believed in me more than I believed in myself. My involvement as a coach here at the Boys and Girls Club has helped me realize my passion for sports medicine. I plan to attend Colorado State University and pursue a degree in kinesiology and hopefully become a sports medicine physician. The club is really important to teens like me just because it gives us a chance to excel and succeed, and gives us opportunities that we wouldn't see anywhere outside the club. It just gives us a sense of belonging, and it really is kind of like a family in nature. As Youth of the Year, I plan to give a voice to those who aren't heard as much, and then be a symbol of hope and hard work to those younger than me. The club is where I became a friend, a role model, a mentor, a leader, and a teacher.
I'm Ryan, and I'm the 2018 National Military Youth of the Year. If I had to describe myself, I would say that I'm tempered, because I truly do believe that every experience that I've had and will have, positive and other, has shaped me, and it's made me into the person I am today. I've become a better sister, a better daughter, a better friend, and a better person in general, and I think that it's really important that all of those experiences have culminated to help me become the person that I am today.
I think one of the big issues that military kids face day to day is just the sense of loss that they experience. That in and out is really hard on a lot of kids, and that's what youth centers give them, is that consistency that they're able to experience. And it's really good to see, not only in the military setting but in the traditional setting as well.
I've moved 9 times, been to 7 different schools. In Germany, we had a youth center. I probably only went a few times just to meet up with people, as it was more of like a landmark of where to go, something to find. But when I moved to Singapore, I really got involved in the youth center, because the youth center was a place where I knew that there were kids like me who had experiences like me and were going through similar things. And it was kind of the first place that I really felt like I was truly a part of something greater. It was the first time I got to volunteer and give back to the military community that's given to me. I've gotten to be a mentor for Spanish for the younger kids. To be able to be that liaison and that voice for the youth has been incredible. Our book drive for a school in Thailand is probably one of my favorite accomplishments that I've gotten to be a part of. Our chaplain came to us and said, look, we have this school that we're partnering with, the ship is headed out there, and we want to bring them books. And so, me being the vice president, along with my other fellow Keystone members, we decided that this was something we were passionate about. We ended up receiving over 1,000. Our passion for giving back helped these kids with their passion for reading, and that was amazing.
Well, we're very proud for Ryan to be the first Navy Military Youth of the Year, and especially as a woman, that's such an amazing platform that she has. Her whole goal is to show that kids are kids are kids, no matter where you come from, no matter where you've been. Deep down, you're looking for the same things in your own identity, and she wants to connect those two.
My vision for America's youth is that everyone feels welcome, because we all have such unique voices and passions that it would be a tragedy to have one not be heard. Me having this experience has been incredible, because it's pushed me out of my comfort zone. It's helped me become more open to the people and the ideas and the opportunities around me. And I think that this whole journey has been incredible, because I've really gotten to interact in new ways, and I've gotten to network and meet new people and hear their stories. To be able to sort of form this one family and this one community has just been phenomenal.
Who defines who you are? This question has been one of the most complex of my life.
Because to somebody like me, transformation can seem almost impossible.
I knew I'd found my purpose when I created a program for club members to improve their reading and their comprehension skills.
I strive to help at-risk youth that come from situations like mine.
And I know that I can take the next thing that comes along, and I will find a way to help others along the journey.
We can be the change. We can own the future.
Hey guys, and welcome back. Thank you all for still watching and staying tuned with us. We have had the opportunity to get a little bit more familiar with our 6 finalists, and now we also want to go ahead and share some of the dynamic performances that we are privy to this evening. So make sure you continue to stay tuned, because who better than to introduce the next performers than our very own Carlos, our 2017-2018 National Youth of the Year winner. We'll be shooting back to the stage momentarily, but make sure that you're still using the hashtag NYOY18. Continue to share out the streams. We're going to be going live throughout the evening. Share out the stream, comment, like, send us some hearts. These performances that are about to come up, make sure you send them a whole bunch of hearts. Give them some thumbs up too, but just make sure you're putting hearts, a whole lot of hearts. If you're parents of some of these performers, or if you're family members of some of the performers, make sure you're sending them hearts, show them love. Let's do some more roll calls and shout outs. Let's see who you think is going to win the coveted title of 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year. They're gonna have an amazing experience. The opportunity that they have to be the voice for 4.3 million youth. Imagine that on a resume when they're applying for jobs. Just saying. And if you have any more questions that you want us to find out the answer to, make sure you're dropping them in the comment section below and we'll be glad to get it done for you. But again, stay tuned. We have some dynamic performances coming up. This is the first time ever, as a matter of fact, that not only are we streaming on Facebook and YouTube, but that we're going to be streaming the performances that are taking place. And I heard the rehearsals. Let's go ahead and shoot it back to the stage. They're ready to go. Let's take it back to the stage for Carlos to introduce the next performance.
Thank you, Myron, and hello, everyone. I remember the day that Kamala and Greg came to my club to record the video celebrating the National Youth of the Year to share with the movement. The first thing we recorded was the welcome. We did different takes of two welcomes. One was, my name is Carlos, and I'm the 2017-2018 Northeast Youth of the Year. And the other was, my name is Carlos, and I'm the 2017-2018 National Youth of the Year. At the time, I felt overcome and thrilled saying I am the National Youth of the Year. Every time I watch the video, I get the same rush of excitement because it reminds me of where I started. I had a dream, and I was determined to get there with the help of my family and my club family. As I stand here before you as the National Youth of the Year, it still feels surreal, and it's a humbling experience. As I began to think of what I should say as we named the next National Youth of the Year, I watched that video and other videos of Youth of the Years. It inspires me because it shows me where we once were and built upon a future of endless possibilities. It shows me what is possible when you dedicate yourself to personal growth. The world stands before me to be changed. The world stands before you to be changed. The world stands before each and every single one of us to be changed. It is our moral obligation and responsibility to give every young person the ability to go after their dreams, to believe that their great future starts here. We must break down the barriers that our youth face, to break current barriers and walls instead of creating new walls. It will take time, it will be arduous, and it will be hard. But that should not ever deter us from this hard work to require that and ensure that our great democracy lives on for hundreds of years after us and after each of us has met our maker. As descendants of our forefathers that wrote the Constitution of the United States of America, that is our shared goal. To help us better understand this vision, I want to briefly talk about my class of YOYs. Keontae helped me understand what it meant to be a strong, powerful, gentle, and yet funny man. He's become a brother who I look after and care deeply about. Keontae is the role model that young men across this country need. Keontae is magnificent. Brandon is the friend that I wish I had all my life. Brandon is a leader who can help you see things in yourself that you do not yet see. He is able to bring a room together under one vision and understanding to further the mission of Boys and Girls Clubs. He will show you a kindness and love like you have never known, as only a true friend could. Brandon is a leader. Fernanda leaves me speechless. She's the youngest one, but sometimes seems like the wisest. Fern does not allow her circumstances to dictate her future. She takes what's thrown at her and finds a way to forge a path that will lead her to greatness. Fern has taught me resiliency, fortitude, and courage. Fernanda is brave. Cassidy is my closest friend, the person who gave me strength when I thought that I didn't have any left. A young woman whose life has been shaped by obstacles, but whose future is framed by greatness. Cassidy is phenomenal and remarkable. Her future is whatever she chooses it to be, and I cannot wait to be the one holding her purse off stage, like she has done for me, minus the purse. Cassidy is courageous. Charnay has a beautiful soul that illuminates my day. Her strong, incredible character can make you feel better no matter what it might be, no matter what she might be going through. Her past was cloudy, but her future is clear. Just like her pearls, she is destined to shine. And just like pearls, out of the pain and sorrow, something beautiful is created. Charnay creates. Kayla. Kayla is a powerful woman who is limitless. Kayla taught me how to compromise, to listen and deeply understand something that was foreign to me. Kayla is your National Military Youth of the Year, my counterpart who without I would not have been able to fulfill the duties of my office. It is my hope, and Kayla's hope, that the work my class has done to merge our traditional and military families continues. I ask that the new cohort continues it along with us. I expect great things from all of you. Go out into the world and do small things with great love, which will have a great impact. These are but small bits about my year's class of YOIs that I have been with. I talk about them because they are the best of our movement and showcase everything that our movement does for our youth, helping us become better versions of ourselves despite our past, and yet positioning us to take responsibility for protecting one of the greatest democracies on earth. I have finished my first year at Dartmouth College and started my second. I was named the William S. Churchill Award recipient, which is awarded by the Dean of the College since the early 1900s, to one outstanding first-year man who best demonstrates academic achievement, loyalty to the college, and overall achievement. However, thank you. However, the greatest gift has been a deeper sense of humility. This year has humbled me. I began this practice of reminding myself you're no better than anyone else, just blessed by the infinite opportunities provided to me by the club. This allowed me to place myself in the greater context of my work, in perspective to my fellow 4.3 million young people who I advocate for and admire. I understand my role and responsibility when I advocate on behalf of America's youth with Jim and Julie, engaging senators and members of Congress or CEOs of various companies. I had an unimaginable life in 1 year, and I am here to tell you, I am just getting started. Thank you. My life has changed forever, and I cannot possibly thank all of those who made it happen, but I can promise that I will continue to dedicate my life to the betterment of others, especially young people like myself. To this next class, understand that the work we do is so much greater than any one of us, and it is never directly about us. It is about the 4.3 million club kids. Enjoy every moment, for the year will flash by. Learn from each other, be there for each other, because no one will truly understand what it means to be a YOI and the responsibilities we have except the 6 of you. Be genuine and authentic and live wholeheartedly. We do this for the 4.3 million club kids across this country and world. We do this for the young people that think no one believes in them. We believe in you. I believe in you. Now let us commit ourselves to changing the world one kid, one teen at a time. It has been my honor to have served as the National Youth of the Year. Thank you. I wouldn't be here tonight without the club professionals who saw me for me. They, like so many club professionals, saw the true colors of club kids across the nation. Please welcome our club youth who have come from all across the country to sing for us tonight. Everyone, please welcome True Colors.
You with those sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Do I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people? You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Show me your smiling. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. The world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, and I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. True colors. See your true colors. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Let them show. True colors. True colors. Beautiful. So beautiful. Like a rainbow. Like a rainbow. Like a rainbow. Don't be discouraged. Put a smile on your face. I choose to be happy no matter what comes my way. This world may be crazy, and you take it all you can bear. Call me up, and I will always be there. Your true colors. Your true colors. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Show true colors.
Keep it going, keep it going. We can do better than that. Come on now. Keep it going, keep it going. Hey, while everybody's still standing, you're not gonna believe this. These young people just met today. Just keep it going, come on. They didn't know it.
All right, guys, so we are back again. So we had the opportunity to go behind the stage earlier, but we told you this is all about the behind the scenes and backstage access. So we're going to show you just what all takes place at the National Youth of the Year celebration. You're going to get to see what the celebrities see, what the finalists, the real VIPs get a chance to see coming up right now. All right, guys, so as promised, we are backstage at the National Youth of the Year celebration. So come follow me. We're going to go see what goes on behind the stage. All right, so this is where the finalists and all the celebrities come on stage at, waiting to the wings. We get to go on stage, so they granted me VIP access just for you all at home. As we're coming up, the audience can't see us yet because there is no audience right now, but we're on stage. This is where all the performances will take place. This is the podium down here where we have the guest speakers coming at. The YOY finalists will give their speeches to an amazing audience. As you can see, the room is still filling in. It's going to be a great night. This is the VIP experience. Welcome back. I am super excited because right now we have the opportunity to speak to someone that I'm sure everybody is going to be stoked to talk to in a minute when we have them coming up. But we are still here at the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. Let's not be shy. I will stop what I'm saying. Miss Rowland, you can go ahead and step on in. Hello.
How are you?
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
You smell so delightful.
Oh, thank you. It's a beautiful night tonight.
It absolutely is. So we understand that the Youth of the Year event is one of your favorite Boys and Girls Club events.
Absolutely.
Can you share with our Facebook and YouTube viewers why?
I mean, one, I wish you were here to hear all of these young people speak from the depths of their heart, from the challenges and different things that they've overcome, from the strength that is behind the Boys and Girls Clubs of America that they speak from, their experience at the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and it makes you feel every single word that they say. You hang on to every single word, and you're so inspired, you're so happy for them, you're so excited for them. Even just hearing Carlos Polanco speak right now, I remember watching him. Actually, they said Carlos Polanco's name, and he was like, me? Like, it's just the moment that, and I'm so happy because I'm here. Like, since the first time I've come, I haven't wanted to miss one at all, except when I was pregnant with my son. I couldn't move, but I was so bummed that I couldn't be here. And it was such an incredible moment because of the fact that, like, you're so inspired. And I hope that if you aren't seeing it, if you can see it one year or come out and join us, you would be so delighted, so encouraged, and you'll want to see what you can do, whether it's giving of your time, giving of resources. We do beautiful things over here. I'm sorry I'm speaking so long.
I'm just supporter of Boys and Girls Club.
I'm just so passionate about Boys and Girls Club, and I see what they're doing right before my eyes, and it's nothing, it's no magic tricks. It's just passion.
It's beyond sport. Yeah. She's a friend of Boys and Girls Club, that is for sure. Definitely a friend. Now, did you just wrap a partnership with Lowe's and Boys and Girls Club of Long Beach?
Oh my gosh.
Can you share with us a little more about that?
It was absolutely incredible. So, of course, you know, our boys and girls period of the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, we're pretty rough on some of our equipment. So we needed a bit of a facelift in some of our spaces, and that's exactly what happened. And Lowe's is so gracious. They did, of course, a club in all 50 states, and it was just so remarkable to watch volunteers come out, for the kids to even see volunteers come out. I think that it speaks volumes when they're able to see people be involved in their clubs as well. And it was so much fun. I got a chance to hang out with the kids.
Which is always the best, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The conversations are really interesting. Yes. And I got a chance to play different games. One kid was like really, really aggressive with this one game of Jenga.
Oh, wow.
And he just had to beat me. So we kept playing. It was a blast, though. It's a blast. And to be able to look at these kids in the eyes and hang out with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you've been inspiring boys. Let me take that back. You've been inspiring people. Because, see, I'm no longer a boy. You know, I remember the days of no, and bills. And I've been in love ever since. So I'm still being inspired. But, like, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Honestly, my son inspires me now. I want to be the best, most incredible me I possibly can be for the sake of him, because young people learn by example.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I have to do, of course, I'm going to do right by him. And that's the same thing with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I have to be a great example for them. And the older boys and girls that are coming up for the younger boys and girls, like, we're all an example. And we all have to remain positive, teach You know what I mean? When you teach, like they learn by example. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yes. Now, we all know that you're a successful singer, songwriter, actress.
Yes.
Are there any hidden talents that you're willing to share with us?
I don't have any.
That's what she tell us.
No, I really don't. Like, I'm not double jointed anymore. I used to be able to do like weird stuff on my arm or elbow or hip or whatever, but it's just,
Okay.
No.
What we get is what we get, and we appreciate it still, and we definitely appreciate it. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you so much.
And until next time.
Absolutely.
All right, this is Kelly Rowland. Thank you. All right, so make sure you continue to use hashtag NYY18. That's hashtag NYY18. I am still just over. If you can't see the glee in my face, might put your glasses on, because that's a moment, right? The dreams are still coming true for Boys and Girls Club members, even the former members like myself, the club alumni of BGC. So let's make sure that we are still staying tuned, sharing, liking, commenting, show us some hearts. Continue giving shout outs to who you want to win the National Youth of the Year celebration. And what we're going to be getting ready to do next, we're going to be shooting to our next video, which is, we've been spending a lot of time together ourselves right here from this blue carpet, but you know who else spent a lot of time this week together? The National Youth of the Year finalists have. So they spent a lot of time here in Washington, D.C. We're gonna go ahead and shoot to a clip of what all they've been up to this past week. So let's go ahead and roll the clip. All right, hey again, guys. So earlier tonight, we had the opportunity to speak with some of our partners from Toyota and Disney, and we even had a surprise guest with exceptionally large ears. Let's check out the video right now. Surprise! Boys and Girls Clubs of America's National Youth of the Year finalists are driven towards owning their future. In fact, tonight's winner will drive away in a brand new car. I'm standing here with Mike Groff, former president and CEO of Toyota Financial Services. Toyota has been a long-standing partner of Boys and Girls Club of America and have been very involved with the Youth of the Year program over the past few years. Now, Toyota's partnership with Boys and Girls Club of America is hugely impactful. Mike, what does it mean to you to be a driving force behind tonight's finalists and the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year Gala?
Well, London, we're thrilled to be here. We are excited about our participation and our support for these amazing young people. They have incredible stories of challenges in their life, how they rise above them, and how they're going to be great successes in their lives.
Absolutely. Now, with Toyota's new campaign, Start Your Impossible, how does it feel to be a part of, starting helping the young leaders to start their impossible?
Well, we love it because it is our motto is Start Your Impossible, which really simply means take on the biggest challenges you can think of because you can do them. And we think our opportunity to help these young people do just that is really why we have the partnership with Boys and Girls Club of America.
Nice. Now, with Youth of the Year being all about leadership and character, how does Toyota foster employee leadership goals?
Well, really what we do is encourage our people to really think bigger and to really look at whatever their opportunity is in their career, their personal life, and think about where they want to go and then develop a plan how to get there.
Okay, nice. Now, do you have any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with tonight's finalists and for our viewers who are at home watching?
Well, I'll tell you what my mom and dad told me. They said, Mike, you got to dream big, you got to have a great education to go with it, and you got to work harder than everybody else. And I think that's a great formula for success.
Absolutely. And final thing, and I promise I'll let you go. Finish this sentence. Be the change, own the future. Tonight is
about being the very best person you can be. And whatever that definition is to you, that's what you should be after. You should work hard to go get it and live a happy and successful life.
Absolutely. I could not agree more. Mike, thank you so very much for joining us. We'll see you inside.
My pleasure.
We're about to speak with Disney's Alyssa Margolis. Alyssa and her Disney family have been partners with Boys and Girls Club of America for many years, and without their spirited support, we would not be able to have Youth of the Year program. Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us. So we're surrounded by exceptional individuals tonight at the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. Can you describe the magic in the room right now?
Oh my God, it's electric. I mean, everyone, the anticipation is so high to hear who the next National Youth of the Year is. And just to celebrate all of the finalists who go home winners no matter what, it's truly going to be an incredible evening.
Absolutely. Now, how long has Disney been partnering with Boys and Girls Club of America?
Oh my gosh, our partnership with Boys and Girls Club goes back over 50 years to Walt Disney himself. And, you know, and we are so proud of that legacy. Just in the past 8 years alone, Disney has provided almost $50 million to clubs across the country, from anything from local clubs in our communities, in addition to $1 million that we provided to open STEM Centers of Innovation in celebration of Black Panther, which was a film that was groundbreaking in many ways.
One of the most amazing films released in 2018, if I must say so myself.
I agree.
Now, your long-standing commitment gives the opportunity for one of the special winners tonight to have the opportunity to be the voice of millions of youth, 4 million youth, as a matter of fact. How does that make you and your Disney family feel?
Well, we are just so proud to be part of that. The Walt Disney Company and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America share a similar vision of supporting the well-being of youth. And Disney is committed to creating inspiration and opportunity for youth who want to change, for them to be able to change their world. And so by helping to create the next generation of leaders as part of the Youth of the Year program, we couldn't be more thrilled to be part of it.
Absolutely, I love it. Now, can you also share some words of wisdom with our National Youth of the Year finalists, as well as our viewers who are at home watching via Facebook and YouTube?
You know what? As far as words of wisdom, I spent the day yesterday with the finalists, and I have to say I learned a lot from them. So actually, speaking from what I learned from them, I would say don't let anyone or anything define who you are. Always be your true and authentic self.
Yes.
Know that through grit and determination, there isn't anything that you can't do, and you can be the difference for you and for those around you. And we can't do this alone. So lean on your family, your friends, whatever your support system is, including your local Boys and Girls Club, because together there's nothing you can't do.
Absolutely. You heard it here first. Oh!
Hi, Mickey. Are you excited to be here tonight?
All right, Mickey's excited to be here. I'm excited to be here. Thumbs up, I think, all around. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys, stay tuned. Back. Thank you for still sticking with us. You just completed watching videos of our partners, Toyota and with Disney. As mentioned before, even with Toyota, let's be clear. Again, the winner tonight is going to drive away in a brand new car sponsored from Toyota. And even with the Youth of the Year program as a whole, Disney has been partnering with us for many years. And without them, the Youth of the Year program just would not be possible. Our partners are so important to Boys and Girls Club of America. And I believe it was JB Smooth who mentioned it earlier. We can't do it without them. Like, we can't do it without the nails in the frame, I believe is what he said. Like, the club is the foundation, but we still need those nails in the frame. So as you're continuing to watch, make sure that you are using the hashtag NYOY18. Again, that's hashtag NYOY18 throughout the night. Make sure you're using it across all your social platforms. We are streaming again live here on Facebook and YouTube. So keep sharing, keep liking, Keep commenting. Let us know. Again, we're starting to get ready to start counting down to that winner of the National Youth of the Year for 2018-2019. Let us know who you think is going to win. After watching those incredible stories on video, who do you think is going to take it? Is it going to be someone from the Southeast, somebody from the Midwest, somebody from the Pacific region, someone from the which region? Northeast, someone from the Southwest? Or will it be the already titled National Military Youth of the Year, representing Singapore? Who do you think is going to be? Let us know. Continue to comment, continue to like, and again, continue to share. Show us some hearts. Remember, for those of you who are just now joining us, we've talked to, the man with the plan, the president and CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Mr. Jim Clark. We've talked to the 2017-2018 National Youth of the Year, Carlos, who you just saw a little while ago doing the introduction. We've spoken to all 6 of our finalists. We've talked to Cynthia, we've talked to Ryan, we've talked to Jeremiah, to Janiyah, to Malachi, to Hannah. We talked to all of them this evening. In addition to, we've talked to Tamir Harper, who's started his own foundation when he was a sophomore in high school. I don't even remember what I was doing as a sophomore in high school, but even still, he's done more than what I had done in that time frame by starting his urban ed nonprofit. We've also spoken to, Ruth E. Carter, like the costume designer for, again, the most extraordinary film produced in 2018. And, it's just so many more we're talking to. Just got to finish talking to Kelly Rowland. And coming up next, we have somebody else that's super, you guys are going to be thrilled to see, national spokesperson for Boys and Girls Club of America, and has been since I was attending the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. I was so proud to be able to have my club card. He might even still have his. I've read his book, A Hand to Guide Me, and I'm super excited. I know if I've never made my mom proud at any other point, tonight is the night right now. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Denzel Washington. Pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
How are you doing?
What can I ask you?
What can you ask me? My mom's name, because she want to say hello to you. So.
Your mom?
My mom. Her name is Mesh. Want to give a shout out to Mesh?
Mesh?
Mesh.
All right, Mesh. How are you? Hey, with your boy. He's doing all right.
All right. Well, Mr. Washington, can I call you Denzel?
Sure,
is that okay?
Sure, Denzel.
All right. How are you enjoying the National Youth of the Year?
So far, the whole day, it's always an inspiration. This is a highlight for me, coming and hearing these young people's stories and what all they've been through and where they're going. Mm-hmm. I'm always inspired by that.
Now, with you being I'm a club alum too. With you being a fellow club alum, how has the club impacted your life?
We don't have that much time. We don't have that much time. From the time I was 4.5, 5 years old, I started going. Yeah, I went young.
Wow.
I started hanging around. They wouldn't let me in. But, I've always been affiliated as a member, as a counselor for many years in the club. So
nice.
Yeah.
Now, I brought up earlier before you came on, I read your book, Hand to Guide Me.
Right.
And I believe you spoke about your mentor, Mr. Billy
Thomas. Yeah.
What are some of the life lessons that you learned from him that you carried throughout your life?
I remember, he would talk about your natural ability only taking you so far. Mm-hmm. We had a lot of good athletes. He was applying it to athletics, but he was talking about life. So even when I started acting, I had been studying theater for 2 years, but I knew my natural ability was only going to take me so far, so I went on to work on my master's.
Okay.
And that was a direct result of remembering what I learned at the club.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. So life-changing.
Yep.
So what do you think about tonight's theme, Be the Change, Own the Future? Like, how are these finalists embodying
Be the
that?
change. Now explain that to me one more time. So we are the change.
We are the change. Oh, we can be the
we
change.
Can
if
be
we
the
choose.
change. Be the change, and the second part is
own the future.
I love that.
Yeah.
And own the present, shoot.
You're absolutely right, because we do need to be present in life.
That's correct.
Otherwise, the time flies by and you don't remember what happened.
In order to know where you're going, you got to know where you came from.
Right, this is very true. Right. Now, as a club alum, can you share with any of the club alum, or even just friends of Boys and Girls Club, why it's important to stay connected to the organization?
Where I grew up, it was the backbone of that community. Mm-hmm. It was. It's cliche, but it was the positive place for us.
Yep.
And to meet so many talented young people from all different, walks of life that came through those doors, and to know a lot of them still. It was everything to me. I mean, they had to send me home. They did. They used to have to
Used to
run
shut
me
down
out.
the
Yeah,
club?
I'd be the first one there, last to leave.
Right, never ready to go. I understand. It used to be something about shutting down the club, like you're the last one to get to play all the games.
Well, you kind of felt like I was a part of, like I worked there.
Right.
You know.
Because you were hanging
Yeah,
out
let
with
me
the
get the
adults.
lights for you know. Closing out. It's true.
I tried to always learn the alarm code, but Mr. Marcus, my mentor, wasn't having that. He was like, go ahead and go
we didn't
outside.
get that. Well, I'm before alarms.
I totally got you. All right, well, Mr. Washington, with Denzel, I greatly appreciate you taking some time
My
out to meet
pleasure.
with us
My
and
pleasure.
enjoy the rest of the event.
My pleasure.
All right, now. All right, so guys, there you have it. Our event is just so star-studded. Again, that was the man, the legend, the icon, my fellow club alum, Mr. Denzel Washington. Keep staying tuned because up next we will be going live with the winner, the 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year winner. Stay tuned. Wow, welcome back. What a night. Again, we were with the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. Real quick, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to those who are watching on YouTube. A few of the watchers that are watching on YouTube. Brock Fleope, Mr. and Mrs. Lyons, Huntington Boys and Girls Club, Caden Blondell, Natalie Grady, Mary Beth Gaines, and Vincent Chaco, just to name a few. Thank y'all so much for viewing on YouTube. We're getting so much closer to the big announcement of the 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year winner. Again, continue watching and streaming via Facebook and YouTube using the hashtag NYY18. This has been one heck of a night so far. All of the people that we've spoken to and we've seen from all of the 6 finalists who just wrapped up all of their speeches and their stories. For the MC, JB Smooth, who was I'm gonna have to come correct if I do this again next year. Between JB Smooth and Josh Norman, they put my outfit to shame. And I even earned a Stephanie McMahon, who's absolutely wonderful, Kelly Rowland, Ruth E. Carter, club alum, Denzel Washington. And just so you all know, my mom's been texting me, so she's super excited and overwhelmed with joy. Again, we met with Mr. Jim Clark, the president and CEO of Boys and Girls Club of America, the still current 2017-2018 Youth of the Year, National Youth of the Year, Carlos Polanco. He will be handing over the title in about probably another 5 or so minutes, so his last home stretch of that. But so many performances, dynamic performances. We have some more coming up for you all tonight. But again, continue sticking with us. Enjoy the stream. We're streaming on both Facebook and YouTube for the first time ever and having an amazing time. I've had a great time. I hope you all have an amazing time. But continue to ride with us. And shortly we'll be hearing from, again, the man, the legend, the icon, Mr. Denzel Washington. He's going to give a few remarks at the 71st Annual National Youth of the Year celebration. Stay tuned. If you want to still continue commenting, make sure you continue commenting. We're watching the stream. I'm watching the stream. Again, go ahead and put in your last few comments of who you think is going to win. After hearing their stories on those videos, who do you think is going to win? Is somebody from the Southeast going to take it? Somebody from the Southwest, the Northeast, the Midwest, the PAC? For the first time ever, could the National Military Youth of the Year take the title of National Youth of the Year and represent everybody, represent all of the military youth centers and in the United States, Boys and Girls Clubs around the country? So continue watching. Let us know who you think is going to win. Who do you want to win? Because it could be 2 different things, 2 different people. You can have who you want to win and who you think is going to win. Will they align? Will they match? Stay tuned. Let us know, because coming up soon will be the 2018-2019 big announcement of the National Youth of the Year. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the feed. Let's see who we have coming up. Let's see who we have commenting for us.
So many amazing things. I want you all to start clapping right now. It's an Oscar-winning actor, and he's behind me right now. I know his tap. He did the same tap in Training Day. He did this. I just want him to just rub off some of that Oscar stuff on me, and we'll see what happens when the smoke clears. My guy, Denzel Washington!
Thank you. Two guys from Mount Vernon. Money earned in Mount Vernon.
Yes.
Grew up in the club. They asked me to come and speak, and I don't really have a speech, but I guess I've been practicing for about 58 and a half years, because I was about 4 and a half when I first went to the club, and they told me I wasn't old enough yet, so I had to wait. But I remember that first day and how I felt and how special they made me feel, and knowing that I belonged to something, that I was a part of something, and learning what I thought was pool and ping pong and all those other games, but was actually learning how to get along, how to accept winning and losing graciously, how to be a good student. Took me a little while to get that part. But just the lessons that I learned in the club and that I carry to this day, I'm thankful for. And I'm thankful for people like you who have continued to support the Boys and Girls Clubs over the years. So I want to give you a round of applause for all the work that you've done in helping to shape the lives of these young people. We can't do it without you. We need you, they need you, and we're thankful for all that you've done. We have these young people waiting backstage who, you know, it's obviously a very big moment for them, and they've had a fantastic year, and they're really all bonded together, and just listening to them back there, it's inspiring for me to keep going. I don't know how long, but as long as I can, I'll continue to give my life and my time and effort and my energy to the Boys and Girls Clubs. And again, thank you all.
You're great, man.
Yeah.
I know you hear it all the time, but you're great, man.
Well,
you know, and
I'm an ordinary man with an extraordinary job.
Yes, man. And you do a great job at it. I know you hear it all the time, man, but I'm blown away by your commitment to what this is, man, you know. And I tell you, I definitely love the club and love growing up there, man, but the whole time I was growing up there, they talked about this guy right here. You know, they talked about this guy, man, which is amazing legacy to have in a small town of Mount Vernon. So he's our king of Mount Vernon. He's our king.
Oh,
you know?
well, all right.
You're our
Anyway,
king, man.
thank you.
And now a special performance of This Is Me, a song whose lyrics speak to so many of our club kids. Performed by club kids Luke Chacos and Tori Frias, along with the Newark's Choir.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, we'll never love you as you are. But won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna knock me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I'll make no apologies. This is me. gonna knock me down. I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is proof, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
One, two. Oh, what? What a powerful song on being resilient and always staying true to yourself. I am so impressed with our young performers. Let's give them another round of applause, please. Let them hear it. Now, to help close out tonight's program, it's time to introduce the presenting sponsor of the Youth of the Year program, Disney, a supporter of the Boys and Girls Club for more than 50 years. 50 years, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the monitors here.
For more than 50 years, the Walt Disney Company and Boys and Girls Clubs of America have worked together to inspire generations of leaders, innovators, and dreamers. Disney and Boys and Girls Clubs of America are committed to providing America's youth with access to the tools they need to build the great futures they imagine. By encouraging kids to dream and succeed, we find the inspiration to envision a brighter tomorrow and the aspiration to make that dream come true. Disney's cornerstone commitment to Boys and Girls Clubs will help fuel the next chapter of the club's movement to develop great futures for our nation's youth. Established in 1947, the Youth of the Year program represents everything Boys and Girls Clubs and Disney stand for: leadership, service, and excellence.
As you walk through the doors of the Boys and Girls Club, get ready to have a new family. Being a Boys and Girls Club kid has really shown me what it means to be a leader. It really is about servicing other people and how you help others become the best version of themselves. At my club, I learned that if I really want to make an impact, I am going to have to listen. It's shown me that leadership is all about collaboration. It's shown me that leadership is something that is a tool to be used to bring about positive change.
In addition to empowering youth on their professional journeys, Disney volunteers lend their time and talent to clubs across the country.
I always tell kids, like, oh, you should dream, you should about your future and dream big, and like you don't have any limitations. And I feel Disney really brings that to life.
Disney's support for the Boys and Girls Club is important because they give us the resources that us teens need for the future.
I plan to inspire the next generation by being passionate. When people see your passion about something that you care about, they then feel inspired to go after the things that they care about. It starts this conversation, which then evolves into something beautiful. To sponsors of the Youth of the Year program, thank you. You have changed my life, and you changed the life of so many other club kids.
As we celebrate the nation's most promising teens with the most incredible journeys, Disney is proud to support Boys and Girls Clubs, and we're committed to the power of possibility that thrives within us.
Okay, I was told to keep tight because we're 25 minutes over, and I talked for at least 24 of those minutes. Please welcome the Senior Vice President of Enterprise Social Responsibility at the Walt Disney Company, Elisa Margolis.
I'm so honored to be here on behalf of the Walt Disney Company. We are truly inspired by the courage, leadership, and compassion demonstrated by the incredible young people here this evening. Their stories should serve as an inspiration to us all. I know they have inspired me. For more than 50 years, Disney and Boys and Girls Clubs of America have worked together to inspire a generation of dreamers and doers. That is why Disney is proud to be the presenting national sponsor of the Youth of the Year program. Through our support, we help provide America's youth with the tools and resources they need to build the great futures they imagine. We are honored to recognize the achievements of these promising youth. I had the honor to serve as a judge again this year, which obviously was no easy task, and would like to take a moment to thank all of the National Youth of the Year judges. Could you please stand and be recognized? And now I would like to bring back Denzel, Myron, Jim, and Carlos to the stage. And everyone's friend, Mickey Mouse. Mickey and I are happy to announce that the 2018 National Youth of the Year named tonight will receive a trip to Walt Disney World. And now I would like to invite our 6 Youth of the Year candidates back to the stage for the moment we've all been waiting for. And the 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year is Malachi Haynes.
I'm staring at the ceiling, the clock it won't stop ticking. I feel like I've been sleeping for too long now. It's like my heart stopped beating, and now I'm hardly breathing. And I'm afraid of leaving, scared to break down. And what am I waiting for? 'Cause I don't wanna wait no more. And I'm the only...
I don't know where to start. I'm honestly speechless. Well, first off, I do want to start by thanking our impeccable and tremendous sponsors in Disney and Toyota for putting this night together. So can we give them a round of applause, please? I also wanted to thank all the Boys and Girls Clubs for giving each of these youth, including myself, a chance to compete and a chance to build these skills that are really important within life. And then lastly, but definitely not least, I want to thank my wonderful and tremendous friends that I've made over these last 3 days. Just thinking about them makes me tear up, and I can remember the last time I cried. It's been a couple of years. And then I just wanted to let all of you guys know that this is not the end. This is where we just start. We were in warm-ups before. Now we're on the court where it's game time. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to you guys. And I also want to thank, really quick, Selwyn Wolford and David Porteous back home in Denver for pushing me to do Youth of the Year. Even when I had no desire to do it, when I had lost all belief in myself, it felt nice to have somebody believing in me when nobody else did. So thank you.
Keep it going for Malachi, please, keep it going. Congratulations to all 6 of these wonderful young people who shared their stories with us tonight, who will carry on where Carlos left off as the newest National Youth of the Year. Malachi, you are the man tonight. We love it. You guys have been amazing also. You all have been a wonderful audience. Remember to drop your pledge cards off at the volunteers wearing blinking lights at the door. Safe travels, everybody. It's been a pleasure to be here tonight with you guys. You guys are amazing as always. And I hope to see each and every one of you right back here next year, September 25th. Good night, y'all. I love y'all. Peace and love. Congratulations, Monica.
All right, guys, well, that does it for the 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year celebration and live coverage. Congratulations to all of the finalists, and a special congratulations to Malachi, our newly titled 2018-2019 National Youth of the Year winner. Thank you all. Well, first and foremost, we know that you all will be the change to own the future. Thank you all so much to the audience and to the viewers who've been watching, whether on YouTube or Facebook, for commenting, for liking, for sharing out this post. And until next time, you know, it's a lot of people to call out, but we see you. We appreciate you. Until next time, I'm London Reeves. See you then.